What is going on, people? Welcome to the Midwest Mike Sports Show. I'm your host, Mike Klean, and I am joined here by the living legend himself, Midwest Mike. What up, dog?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing all right.
Like,
I'm doing
like
all
the
right.
shirt.
Hey, the samples are in, baby. The samples
Yeah.
are in. We just have to make some final decisions on that, and then we should have some shirts for everybody. So that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Looking
But how you
forward to it.
feeling? Mm-hmm.
Good, man. We dropped our 4-unit last night. First time the Dodgers have been shut out at home all year. Sixth time they've been shut out all year. But it's the way it goes. That's the difference between being up 7 and I think like down like 4. So we would have hit a parlay and whatever. But I like the spot a lot. I'd do it over again and again. Brewers really didn't do shit at the plate. They had 2 hits, 1 run going into the 9th. Dodgers bats just didn't show up. So
Yeah.
doesn't happen often, but it happened last night. So
No, it doesn't, man. Definitely an interesting spot. I loved it. But like our boy Raja, who's in the house, great call on the Yankees last night. A little plus money. I thought you were a kooky bastard pulling that out of your ass.
I'm sure the people didn't like that as the free play, but it hit. So
Like I told you.
Back when they were hot in July, dude, that line would have been closer to like 110. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was value there. It's been tough riding the Yankees lately, but I like the spot, especially just the Mets coming off that long series. I think it was the Phillies on Sunday going into extras and all that shit and having to. Yeah, I don't know. I like the spot. It worked out. It was good value, and we won. So.
Yep. Exactly, man. And like I told you yesterday, dude, I hated that we were on the Yankees again, but I loved it because I thought you were spot on, and you were. So
yeah, and I like the Yankees on Sunday versus the Jays too, but I couldn't pull the trigger on them, and then again yesterday, I'm like, I got to do it. So
the temptation was just too much for you.
At least we got plus money yesterday. So
yeah, I mean, hey, you can't go wrong with that. You hit a plus money play. I loved it, man. I loved it. We got Lucas in the house, the GOAT, Midwest.
What's up, Lucas? Appreciate you,
man.
What
up, man? What up? We got Pickleball, who I believe is a new person in here. At least a new account showing up for the free week. So yes, today we are giving away a free week to people who comment while we're on the show. Pop in for a second, throw your name in the hat, or stay on with us and interact, and let's talk some spots or whatever. But all you need to do is comment your Instagram account or Twitter account. So that's the only way to contact you. We can't contact you through YouTube. So just do that in the comments and you'll be entered into it. This is existing members, people who have never bought before, daily. This is a perfect opportunity for daily people who are like, they buy a couple daily packages throughout the week. Jump on and throw your name in the hat. Throw your name in the hat for the free week.
Yeah, good time. We got college football starting Saturday. NFL's right around the corner. Obviously, we still got MLB. Big card today in MLB. I'm probably going to have 6 straight bets. So, yeah.
I like it. Man.
Got 2 posted right now. I just posted another one that it's a total that I would get in sooner than later because the line's moving. And it wouldn't surprise me if it jumps up a half run here in the next half hour, something like that. So,
yep. Yeah, get that in. Get that in for sure. We got Big Mike in the house. TB12 is back. Yes, sir.
He's back.
Yes, sir. What a beautiful sight. What a beautiful sight. I think they're going to struggle a little bit, man. I'm so worried. I'm so worried. We got Lone Star. We got Lone Star. He says we need more dogs and unders. Need more unders.
Yeah, you'll get more dogs. As far as the totals, we were on a hell of a totals run. It was like 21-3 or 4 or something for a little bit. It's it's the way it goes sometimes. And a lot of them we lost literally by a half run or a run. It's just, yeah, but not going to change the way I do shit. Just keep on going. And yeah, today isn't over. You're more than welcome to take the under there. I like the over, but you're more than welcome to do whatever you want to do, man. But I appreciate you either way.
Yes, sir. We got Edward, the Savage himself, in the house. What up?
What's
How we
up?
doing? We got Dan O. Dan O. He's been following you for years, Mike. For years.
Probably from Instagram or BetSperts or Book It or God, that feels like so long ago, man. So
No,
long
doesn't it?
ago.
And it
Well, it
really
has. I
wasn't.
mean, well, Book It not so much, but like
Yeah.
BetSperts has been a couple years.
Yeah.
So
True that, man. Yellow Man and a bunch of numbers. What's up, fellas? What's up? So everybody that's in here, please, if you want your name in the hat, throw an Instagram or Twitter handle in here, please. Otherwise, we will not be able to contact you.
and let us know if it's Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah.
Do I like UFC? Edward, I don't really do UFC. No, I think I've done 2 or 3 UFC bets in my life, and it's not something that I know anything about or handicap. I just have a friend that's really one of his main things that he does. So when he bets like big, like talking, 25 to 50 grand on a fight, sometimes I'll tail it and I posted it, but I don't do it myself. But I think we're like 2-1 in UFC. So
Something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Man, I'd love to have just 50 G's to just throw on a fight on a Saturday. Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, you got it. I don't.
I mean, people that know it and all that stuff, you know what I mean? You can make money doing it, especially hitting some dogs and shit.
Yeah. But
'Cause who
just
was
to
the
have
big
that capital.
Oh yeah. The big favorite this weekend lost. What was he like -300? He lost the belt.
Yeah.
Usman or whatever his
Something
name
like
is.
that. Mm. Interesting, man, for sure. But you guys comment in any games that you'd like to talk about. If you want to start talking some college football, that's starting this week, which is really exciting. NFL right around the corner, like Mike said earlier. So throw in some teams. If you want to talk some win totals or something like that, throw it in. Michael throws 2 cents on that. But other
Yeah,
than
and
that,
we
Mike.
got a couple we talked about the Bears under last week. Their season win total under. Bears are going to be bad, real bad this year. We talked about what was the other one?
We talked about the Bucks. We went through it. It's not like it was a play or anything, but we did talk about the Bucks.
Yeah.
Packers we
and
touched
then
on a little bit.
Packers, yeah. Yeah, I think the Vikes even to win the division could be a decent bet, but
A little plus money on that, isn't it?
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Packers win total I think's a little high, but
What's it at now? 10.5?
no, I think isn't 11.5?
Is it 11.5?
I think so.
I don't know.
It's high.
They got a weak division on paper, but I think that the Lions are going to be a little bit better this year. Personally, I do think the Bears
Yeah.
are going to struggle, but they might split one with Green Bay, potential.
Yeah, I like the Packers and Bears under and the Lions and Vikings over. So as far as and that's probably the division I know best anyways, just being a Vikings fan, watching
Right.
a lot of, seen a lot of those teams. So
Yep, as long as they're more efficient within the last 2 minutes of the game, I think they're going to be all right. A lot of close
yeah.
games last year that
Oh yeah.
didn't
A lot
fall
of
their way.
overs too. A lot of
Yeah,
overs.
so hopefully they can get it going. Justin Jefferson does his thing. Cousins, decent year, but Dano throwing in. Do you ever do any PGA picks? Any Tiger Woods long shots?
Not really. I've done a couple, but it's just more of like a sprinkle to win a tournament, 300 to win 3 grand or, just a quarter unit to win 3, 4 units, that type of stuff here and there, but not a ton of it, man. My main stuff is MLB, NBA, NFL, college football, NHL, all the big, the bigger main sports, but Not big into golf or UFC, unfortunately. But these other sports keep me very, very busy. So
I'd say so. Say so. Brett Nelson in the house. What up, Brett? Vikings to take the division.
I agree, man. Well, I'll talk about it. I got pretty decent sized futures bet we haven't talked about this one. Just pulling it up here. Was that a 7 unit or 4 unit? I can't even
7,
remember.
yeah.
7, yeah.
7 to win 7.
So yeah, if you're on the show, give this to you. I got a 7 unit futures bet on the Minnesota Vikings over 9 wins, minus 135 at 9. Risking 9.45 units, $9,400 to win 7 units, $7,000. I just, there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, the Vikings don't win at least 9, but I see them winning at least 10 games this season. So depending on the book, I know this opened at 8.5 at a lot of places, got bet up to 9. Now 9 is juiced. Some places even moved it to 9.5 at plus money. If you have the option between 9 and 9.5, I'd still probably pay a little bit of juice to get it at 9, just because it is a bigger bet. So if for some reason they did just win 9 games, you at least don't lose it. But at the same time, I'm very confident they win 10 games pretty easily. I can pull up their schedule here real quick. But yeah, it's a bigger futures bet, season win total. So the Vikings schedule here, Vikings Packers, home opener, season opener in Minnesota. I'll be there. Probably going to have a pretty big play on this game, actually. But there's a good shot the Vikings take that at home. So even counting that as a loss, all right? You got the Eagles. You got the Lions, which were at home. That's a for sure win. You got the Saints, which is a weird London game. Who knows? You got the Bears at home. We'll win that. Got the Dolphins on the road. You got the Cardinals at home. You got the Commanders. That's another should be a guaranteed win. Bills on the road is going to be tough. You got the Cowboys at home. That could go either way. The Patriots at home on Thanksgiving. You got the Jets. You got the Lions, which you got to figure you'll win at least one of 2 versus the Lions. The Colts at home. The Giants at home. The Bears again. And they should split with the Packers as well. So say they sweep the Bears, that's 2. Say they even go 1-1 versus the Pack, 1-1 versus the Lions, that's 4 wins. The Jets 5, the Commanders 6. Eagles, Giants. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind they're going to get to 9-10 wins. So
yeah.
And even a lot of those games are at home. The Patriots, they play at home. The Cowboys, they play at home. So they're going to take some of those. The Cardinals, they play at home. Dolphins on the road. The London game, that could go, you never know with that kind of stuff starting at 8:30 in the morning. But even the Eagles, the Colts at home, they got a lot of home games versus those teams. And you got to figure they'll win at least half of those, which puts you at, 9-10 wins. So I like it a lot. I think the Packers are going to get a run for their money for the division this year. And yeah, so I like it a lot. Packers, their offense will look a little bit different. They obviously don't have Devontae Adams anymore. Very good on the defensive side. Rodgers is good enough where he'll probably make any receiver look like Devontae Adams. But yeah, that's why I prefer it at the 9. But if you only can play it at 9.5, maybe play it to win 3-4 units, something like that. But try shop it around. You should be able to find a 9 out there, pay a little bit of juice on it, and yeah, it should hit. So I like it a lot. Like the Bears under We debated the Bucks last week. That's at 11.5. I like the under. We went through their schedule. I'm not high on the Bucks this year. So as far as some other ones, like I said, I like the Lions over. I'm high on the Ravens this year. I think they'll be better. Low on the Titans, which I don't know what their win total's at, but and that, what is it? The AFC West is going to be tough. Pretty much anybody can win that division. Like, that division's insane.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Football's starting up here. Going to be at the Packers Vikings game. It's going to be good. We got the giveaway going on. So the winner will be announced first week in September. You buy a weekly, monthly, yearly, you get tickets into a drawing. We'll hop on a live on YouTube like this, do the drawing live, and the winner gets to pick any NFL primetime game, not the London games, but anything else, any Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night football game. We'll meet you out there, pay for the tickets, hotel, airfare. It'll be a good time. We did it. We did an MLB giveaway and a Final Four giveaway, but the guy backed out of that one. So he just got some free airline tickets out of that deal. And then we did the MLB giveaway, brought a dude to from Michigan out to San Diego for a couple Padres games. So it was a lot of fun. Looking forward to the primetime game. There's a lot of good primetime games this year. So looking forward to see where we're going.
I hope we're going to Tampa. Would be great. Would be great to see Tom. Okay, how about the Saints? Got Hunter in here. Saints 8.5. Can Winston get it done?
I don't know about that one, man. I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, we could go through their schedule. They got the Falcons. They got the Falcons week 1.
Okay, that's a win.
Bucks week 2. Potentially could be a win.
Is it home or away though?
That's home. It's at home.
Okay. Yeah. So let's leave that one for now.
Away, Carolina.
Could go either way, but they should win it. And then you got that weird London game, which is a home game, but it's in London. That could go either way. Seahawks, they should beat them at home. They could beat the Bengals at home. I'm not high on the Bengals this year. I like the Chargers. Raiders are tough. It's a tough division, man. Raiders, but it's in New Orleans. The Cardinals, that's on the road. Well, let's see here. So they got the Panthers twice. Let's say they win one of those, because those can be weird games, those division games. They beat the Falcons, so that's 2. The Vikings is iffy. I mean, I personally probably like the Vikings, but the Seahawks, they should win. That's 3. The Bengals, who knows? Steelers. But then they got a tough schedule, man. They got the Rams, the Niners, the Bucks again.
Tough 3-week stretch, yep.
Falcons, Browns, yeah, but it's in Cleveland, in Philly. I don't know, man. Just at first glance.
It's right there.
Yeah. I think there's better win totals to bet. I wouldn't touch it personally. It could go either way. But curious, what's the juice on it? Is the under or over juiced, or what's that at?
Yeah, I don't know. I would assume that the over would be juiced, because I mean, first glance, it is a little tough, that middle stretch right there in November. But by then, teams are kind of catching a flow. You kind of know who's who at that point.
Right.
I mean, this Saints team could very well give the Bucks. I mean, this is off base here, but they could very well give the Bucks a run for their money in the division with some of their easier games here.
I'm not high on the Bucks, man. I know you love the Bucks and everything, but I'm not high on them.
Over is minus 135.
Yeah, the Packers Bucks in Tampa. Is that the primetime game?
No,
that's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs.
Yeah, the
Bucks.
Chiefs. I think the Packers Bucks is at 325. So it might be like game of the week type of deal.
Yeah. No, that'd be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That AFC West soccer 17, that's a tough division, man. That one's tough to say. Personally, I'd probably lean Chargers. I'm not high on the Bengals. I think their Super Bowl run last year, no, they didn't win it, but making it to the Super Bowl and stuff, I think it was kind of fraudulent. Not to take anything away from them, but just the way they got there, those last two games. What was it? The interception in the end zone on the one, and then Tannehill just pissing away the Titans game. Literally,
Threw it
he
away.
gave it to him.
Yeah.
So they played the Rams tough. Don't get me wrong, but
They did.
I just don't think they belonged in the Super Bowl last year. I really don't. Which that's part of the game, though. Getting lucky, making plays. I get it, but
Yeah.
as far as betting them this year and stuff, I wouldn't bet on them being a Super Bowl contender type team. I don't think so.
Yeah.
So their offense is good, and they'll be good
They'll
again
put
this
up
year.
points.
But
They're gonna put up points.
and their defense looked better, towards the stretch.
I think they overachieved realistically their defense.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
Mahomes
sure.
had the game in the AFC Championship. It was his. He just did not get it done. Hunter also thrown in here Seahawks 5.5. No Russell Wilson.
I think the Seahawks. Well, let's pull up their schedule, but I think they're going to be bad.
So week 1 they got Denver.
I'm liking the Broncos a lot. Week 1, I think the line's like 5.5. Yeah, same
So they got
probably
week
as the
1
win
Denver.
total.
And that's Monday night football, a revenge spot for Russell Wilson. How could you not like Denver there? But you got the 49ers in San Francisco.
That's a loss. Falcons, who knows?
Who knows with them, man? Lions could be a loss.
The Lions in Detroit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Saints.
And then you got the Saints, Cardinals, Chargers, and we're talking in San Diego or in LA. The Giants. Yeah. And then Cardinals again, Bucks, Raiders, Rams, 49ers, Chiefs, Rams again. So they could beat the Jets. They could beat the Jets. They could beat the Panthers, maybe.
Giants, potential.
Giants and Falcons. Yeah, 4, maybe 5 wins. That's probably a great under spot. I don't see him winning over 5. Yeah, I don't see him winning over 5.
They might not even beat the Jets, man.
They might not. No. They could end up at 4 wins, dude. Realistically. And who knows? Maybe they injuries and all that shit, and they win 2 games. Who knows?
Yeah, the guy I feel bad about is over there in Seattle is Metcalf. I think the guy is a world-class athlete and talent at the wide receiver position, and I hope he gets the hell out of there or they figure something out for him, because I'd hate for him to waste his damn career, kind of like how we saw DeAndre Hopkins do it. I mean, just wasted. Just not competing. They're not on a good team. It's just, I don't know. He's going to put up numbers, but still, it's just, I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
You don't think Drew Lock's the answer?
Yeah.
They still got Geno Smith too, right? I remember watching him when Wilson was hurt. You remember it was a primetime game. I think it was a Thursday night game. Just looked like ass, man.
I don't know how these guys keep jobs, man. I mean, it's got to be one of the best jobs in the world. Backup quarterback. You're taking reps.
Fuck that. A kicker, dude. A kicker. A punter.
A punter is the best job, but they don't get paid. At least the backup quarterback gets paid a little bit. We got Brad in the house. Always positive vibes here, my man. Always.
And then Sean, Guardians Padres tonight. Lean. It's one of my 2 plays posted, man. And let's talk about it. I'm on the Guardians money line plus 125. Padres are frauds, man. I talked about Mike Sunshine Clevenger so I think the last time I bet on a game when he started was against the Dodgers. We were big on the Dodgers. I talked about him playing a lot of weak lineups. I think his numbers are better than they should be because he's benefited from playing, I think, like Colorado 3 times, Arizona 3 times, the Tigers. He's started against a lot of bad teams. But the Guardians come into this one with 2 days rest. Sunday's game was postponed. I was actually on the Guardians versus the White Sox and Cease, but it got postponed. I felt that was a trap line. Cease minus 120 on the road, Guardians plus 105 at home. But anyways, Aaron Savali is supposed to pitch versus Cease on Sunday. He has a 5.63 ERA, but over the last 30 days, he's got a 2.7 ERA with a 167 opposing batting average. In 6 of his last 7 starts, he's allowed 2 or less earned runs. He has a 5.63 ERA, but his expected ERA is 4.27. So his expected ERA is actually 1.2 less, which is a big difference when you're talking actual ERA and expected ERA. He also has an expected FIP of 3.76. So there's a huge discrepancy in his numbers. He's looked better as of late, and he is a positive regression candidate. All right. And if you haven't noticed from my write-ups, if you're VIP, I've been talking a lot about xERA, xFIP. It's expected. So the expected earned run average, it tells you if the pitcher's been lucky or if he's just had a string of bad luck and he's due to positively regress, negatively regress. That's what that tells you. And a lot of these we've been pretty spot on. So he's been unlucky. He's due for some major positive regression. And the Padres can't hit the ball. So in my opinion, I think this is a good spot for us to see some more positive regression from them and keep pitching well. If you look at the Padres' last 4 games versus the Nationals guys, they scored 2, 2, 3, and 1. So they averaged 2 runs a game versus the worst pitching staff in baseball. They're cold right now at the plate. They can't cover a run line to save their life. A lot of 1-run games lately, even when they've winning, and usually they've been down and had to come back, later on in the game just to win by 1. But they just split a 4-game series to the Nationals. The Guardians are in a prime spot to make up some ground here. You got the Twins facing Houston and Justin Verlander tonight. It's going to be a tough spot for the Twins. You got the White Sox playing Baltimore. Baltimore, as we know, in Baltimore. They got Cease on the mound, but Baltimore is a scrappy team, and you can never count them out. So the Guardians, and let's face it, the White Sox are even further back. So right now the Twins are the closest ones to them, right? So Twins got a tough task in Houston. They just lost 3 straight to the Rangers. They're cold offensively. So
big time.
This is a good spot. Let's see here. Cleveland's 10-3 in their last 13 games. They've scored 58 runs in that span, averaging 4.46 runs per game. Over his last 3 road starts, he's also allowed 2 or less in each start. Now to Clevenger. He starts for the Padres. He's got a 3.63 ERA, but his expected ERA is 4.07. His expected FIP is 4.44. So this guy's due for negative regression. And on the other side, he's due for positive regression. All right. Over his last 8 starts, he's allowed 3+ in 4 of those 8. And then I talked about Clevenger starting against the Dodgers. His number is better than he should be. He's benefited from facing some weak competition like the D-backs 3 times, Rockies 3 times, Tigers, Miami, Nationals, Cubs. He faced Cleveland in his first start of the season, allowed 300 runs, 4 hits, walked 3 in 4.2 innings pitched. He's also walked 4 batters in each of his last 2 starts. So he's had some command issues lately. He doesn't strike out that many guys. Cleveland's also number 1 in the league with the fewest strikeouts per game with just 6.91. They also rank 8 in hits per game with 8.61, but average 9.05 in road games. They also rank 8th in batting average at 252 and hit 256 on the road. San Diego hits 232 at home. Cleveland averages 14.17 total bases on the road. San Diego averages 11.9 at home. Now, I know San Diego is a pitcher-friendly ballpark, but still, we're talking over 2 total bases a game. When you're talking numbers and stuff, it's a substantial difference. Padres are 1-4 in their last game 1 of a series. All right. Cleveland's 4-0 in their last 4 game 1s of a series. San Diego's 1-4 in their last 5 versus a team with a winning record. Cleveland's 7-1 in their last 8 interleague games, 6-1 in their last 7 road games, and they're 8-2 in their last 10 after an off day, and 8-2 in their last 10 versus the National League West. How the hell can you lay -150, -140, whatever the line's at on the Padres here? The way they've been playing, you got a pitcher who's due for negative regression. On the opposite side, you got a pitcher that's due for positive regression. I was going to hit him pitching versus Cease on Sunday. It got postponed. So now we get to bet on him today against the Padres as an even bigger dog. Which, if you think about it, he was at home +105 versus Dylan Cease. Now you're getting +125 to +140, depending on your book, versus Clevenger on the road. But yeah, the Padres are in a major funk right now, man. And Cleveland can hit the ball. They've been hitting the ball a lot better than the Padres lately. And Clevenger is no ace. He's not a shutdown pitcher. He's not a big strikeout guy. He's had command issues lately. So personally, I like the Guardians and the plus money today. So it's a 3-unit play. So, and like I said, both teams are motivated to win. Let's be real. San Diego's chasing a wild card. Guardians are chasing the AL Central. So both teams have plenty of motivation, but that 4-game series versus the Nationals, Padres look like shit. I mean, they lost to they didn't lose to Patrick Corbin. They won that game, 2-1?
Something like that, yeah. But I don't think they hit him for 5 or 6 innings.
Oh, yeah, they made him look like fucking Justin Verlander, man. Like, seriously. It's a fucking
Might
joke.
give Corbin some confidence going forward.
Just shut down the Padres. Soto had bases loaded, fucking striking out. This is embarrassing, dude. You spend all that money and you can't do shit. But let's look at their games before that here. So they split Washington, like I said, they won 2-1 the last 2 games, lost 3-6, lost 3-1. And then Miami, they lost 2 of 3 versus Miami. They won the one 10-3. They lost one 3-4 and lost the other one 0-3. They got shut out in the first game of the series against Miami. So let's look at their game 1s of the series. Then before that, it was Washington. They took 2 of 3. Before that was San Fran, 3-game. They took 2 of 3, but they lost the first one, 0-1. Before that, they got swept by the Dodgers. We all know the Dodgers own them. They lost game 1 of that series, 8-1. They beat Colorado, beat the Twins, lost 2 of 3 versus the Tigers. Lost 3 of 4 versus the Rockies before that. Like, I don't know. And if you look, who was it? So kind of how I do stuff too is I kind of map out the series and kind of like, so if I'm on a game, like, as far as if there's a spot where, a dog's going to take one. Tomorrow you got Darvish and you got Cal Quantrill. So this spot, not so much. I mean, yeah, the Guardians could win that too. Darvish at home, he's been pretty good. But sometimes you'll find spots where it's like, okay, this team's for sure taking that one. This one's iffy. So if you're going to take them one of the 2 games, this is the one to take them, kind of deal. And tonight is that spot. I'm more confident betting him versus Clevenger versus going against you, Darvish, tomorrow, me personally. So, but that's where I'm at on it. It's a 3-unit play. I have a 3-unit total posted right now as well, and I got 4 more coming. But that's my spot, Sean. I don't know what way you were leaning, what you like in the game, but that's what I like after I broke it down. And if you tail, best of luck, man.
I love it, man. I love it. Nick, do you use models? How do you go about building them if you do?
There's a few models that I look at, but I have not built a model or nothing like that. So there's two, well, technically three, but the one's not really a model. It's that one website that I showed you for all those stats and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I get, all this shit. But yeah, there's a couple other models. One is a guy who actually built his own model. Charges me like $20 a month for it. So I'll kind of, a model's a small part of it. Like and actually the one model that I'm talking about actually really likes the Guardians today. His model has the Guardians winning by like 2 runs today, actually. Yeah. There's lots of different models out there. But how I kind of look at it, like I like the Guardians to begin with. And then when I looked at his model, it's got Guardians 5.1, Padres 3.3, 69% chance, total of 8.3. So I like the Guardians to begin with. I bet on this starter. I tried to bet him on Saturday versus Dylan Cease. Got rained out.
Yeah.
Now I got a shot today to bet him, against the Padres who have been sucking. So I'll gladly take it. I'll gladly take the plus money. Both teams are motivated. They've had 2 days of rest, so their bullpen, both bullpens should be good. But should be good to go. And Tristan McKenzie is another one on the Guardians. When we had him on that play of the day, setting his career high 14 strikeouts. Besides a bad first inning, pitched very, very well. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't have any of my own models. Haven't built a model. Honestly, wouldn't know how to.
Me either.
I'd pay somebody to do that kind of thing, but
I think anybody who can make
out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody who can make an actual like successful one and have, stats to back that up, it's a successful model and this is how you do it and everything's documented. A wizard, an absolute wizard.
Yeah, so the model that I'm talking about here, he doesn't have every game because like certain pitchers that are newer or whatever, there's no data for it, so he doesn't even put out anything for those. It's only I don't know how he determines all that stuff, how many innings they have to pitch or whatever to even throw it in the model, but yeah.
Right.
So
lot
like
of numbers
that,
work.
I liked the Guardians before, and then I saw that, and it certainly doesn't hurt, And sometimes that type of shit is the difference between, a 2 or 3 unit play. It kind of just reinforces, the 3 unit spot on it, and it's a plus money spot. So what are we risking? We're risking 2.4, to win 3. So the way I look at it, I got a shot at winning 3 units. The same as risking. It's the same as doing a 2 unit play at minus 120, betting to win 2 units. That's the way I look at it. So I have the same risk as pretty much a minus 120 2 unit play, except now to win 3. So, and like last night, I kind of pushed out on the Marlins first 5 and the Yankees. Hit both those. The Marlins first 5 was a little juicy. I contemplated doing the run line at even money, -0.5, but we were talking about the Marlins and their bats still have to show up and whatever. They cashed 3-0, but it was juicy, -150, so I didn't want to go crazy there. And then, who knows? I mean, anything can obviously happen. Right. Yankees, though, is probably a spot to do 3 units. It's just, it was the Yankees, and they've screwed us a lot lately, so I did it as 2. Yeah. But we cashed anyways, but yeah.
It was a nice hit and potentially a little confidence builder going forward on the Yankees.
And it was really,
they're going to turn it around.
It was really no sweat. Didn't they score in the first inning?
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah, they were up 1-0, then they went, I think, 2-0 or 2-1,
and 3.
And then
yeah, and then it got 3-2 because they committed a throwing error, and then I think it was Alonso or Vogelbach homered. Him and Alonso scored, 3-2, but then the very next inning they scored again, went up 2, and then finished it. So it was really a no sweat.
Yeah.
Looked good the whole game. So
it really, really did. Sean Rollins in the house. What up, Sean? Will the Braves slip up and lose to the bloody Pirates?
I think if the Braves were to slip up and lose to the Pirates, it would have been yesterday. That's why I didn't really play them yesterday. I had them. I didn't have that many parlays yesterday, but I had the Braves in one parlay on the money line. There's a lot of low-scoring one-run games yesterday. You had the Cardinals winning 1-0, the Rays 2-1 or whatever it was. The Braves 2-1. None of those teams covered the run line. So like we had a 2-team money line parlay, Cardinals and Rays. Which good thing we had the money line because none of those teams covered the run line yesterday. But here's my take on Brubaker. It's Brubaker, Max Fried. I think he's similar to Clevenger. He's faced some weak opponents. He's coming off his best start of the season versus the Red Sox. He gave up 2 hits in 7 innings. Let me pull up this stuff here, but he's faced a lot of weak opponents. Now, actually, the last time I looked, like 70% of the money was on the Pirates' money line, which I don't fucking get. Yeah, he's coming off his best start, but guys, let's think about it here. It's against the Red Sox, all right, who have been ass lately. So shutting down the Red Sox, I'm not too impressed by it personally. But he's 3-10. He doesn't get run support. So they beat the Red Sox 8-2, and they won that game because he finally got run support. He's got a 4.66 ERA at home. Guys, they've lost his last 6 before that. Lost to the D-backs 9-3. Lost to Baltimore 6-3. Phillies 8-2. Cubs 3-2. Marlins 5-4. Brewers 4-3. So in his last 6 starts, the Pirates have scored 3, 3, 2, 2, 4, and 3. And he just got run support in the Boston game. But he even lost a couple other games, the Braves, Cardinals, 3-1, 3-1. He doesn't Chicago Cubs when he started, lost 7-0. Cincinnati Reds lost 4-0. Reds again, lost 9-2. He does not get a lot of run support, even on his wins. He beat the Rockies. They won 2-1. Padres 4-2. He just another shutout. He doesn't get a lot of run support. Hayes is on the IL. They have their all-star reliever, David Bednar. He's on the IL. Hopefully he'll be back in a week or 2 here. Should start pitching soon. But yeah, I mean, outside of Brian Reynolds, that O'Neill Cruz, they ain't got a lot of bats. They traded away Vogelbach at the deadline to the Mets, lost one of their biggest bats there. And let's face it, guys, the Mets are in a series right now versus the Yankees. That could go either way. They lost last night. So if we look at the standings here, this is a shot for the Braves. The Braves can't afford to lose these games if they want this division. This is going to be a fight till the end. Let's look up the standings here. How many games was it? It is. So the Braves are 3 games back of the Mets right now. I mean, they're 8 up on the Phillies. So it's them and the Mets for the division. They're still 3 games back, even after yesterday's loss. So, and the Mets got the Yankees right now, which isn't going to be an easy series.
No.
And the Braves got the Pirates. So the Braves need to take care of business. They can't afford to lose these easy games. And the Braves have been hot. I actually have a little bit on this game. So the Pirates are 2-9 in their last 11. Hayes is on the IL. They traded Vogelbach. Bednar remains on the IL. They face another lefty tonight, Max Fried. He's one of the better ones in the league. Guys, Pittsburgh against lefties has the second worst strikeout rate in MLB. They strike out 26.2% of the time versus left-handed pitchers. It's the second worst versus lefties. They also rank 25th in OPS and 29th in on-base percentage versus left-handed pitchers. So they're right down there with the Brewers, the Marlins, versus left-handed pitchers. They're not good versus them. So this isn't even so much about, Braves, Pirates, Brubaker. The Pirates still, in order to win the game, it doesn't matter how good Brubaker pitches, they still need to put runs on the board. And when you're one of the worst teams in the league versus left-handed pitching, and you're facing one of the best lefties in the game right now, it's going to be tough. I don't. Maybe their run total is the way to look at it. I mean, they never get run support. Can't score over 3 runs. If you can get under 3.5, maybe that's a look too. But Fried has an ERA of 2.6. His expected ERA is 2.87. So that's all right in line. He's not due for regression or anything like that. He's also got a 2.76 ERA on the road. He's held opponents to a 2.16 batting average on the road in 58.2 innings. He's made 1 start versus the Pirates. He's allowed 8 hits, 1 earned run in 6 innings. So they did hit, I think, like 333 off of him that game. They got a lot of hits, but they just couldn't get runs. They got 1 run. Pirates are hitting 219 post All-Star break, which is actually worse than their numbers they put up against lefties. They're hitting lefties at 223 on the season, and post All-Star break, lefties and righties hitting 219. So, like I said, they got rid of Vogelbach. They ain't hitting the ball. They've had some injuries. The Braves swept the Pirates in June, 4-0. They won again last night. Their bats were also quiet last night in a 2-1 win. The Braves managed just 4 hits. I don't see their bats being quiet again tonight. I don't care. Brubaker, they're not scared of betting against them. The Pirates have a team ERA of 5.04 in August, which is their second worst month of the season since April when they posted a 5.09 ERA. And then I talked about how the Braves are chasing the Mets. Can't afford to lose games like this, especially when the Mets play in the Yankees. This is their time to make up some ground. Braves are hitting 271 in August, which is their best month at the plate yet. Every single month so far, this is the best that they've been hitting, 271 in the month of August. And then, the run support deal that I already talked about. He's got a 4.66 ERA at home versus 3.88 on the road. Allows opponents to hit 272 off him at home. The Braves are 12-2 in their last 14. And the Braves have been beating good teams. They just took 3 of 4 versus the Mets, 2 of 3 versus the Astros. They've scored 80 runs in their last 14 games, averaging 5.71 per game. And the Pirates' last 11, they're 2-9, and they've scored 39 runs, averaging 3.54. They just lost 3 of 4 versus the D-backs. They got swept by the Giants. They lost 2 of 3 versus the Red Sox and lost 2 of 3 versus the Reds. The Pirates are a toilet bowl team right now. Braves are kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum. So I know everyone's high on Brubaker coming off his best start, big plus money. I don't see it.
That's when you fade the public.
Well, the run line's getting all the money on the Braves. I'm just saying the money line is,
makes sense.
Getting hit, but
because the team total is at 2.5.
Ooh, yeah. I'd probably stay away from that then. Probably have to hit the Braves run line, but yeah. I wouldn't be scared to bet against Brubaker, man. Especially you got a team like the Braves scoring almost 6 runs a game over the last 14 games. They're quiet last night. Do you really think the Pirates are going to quiet them 2 nights in a row and hold them to a couple runs again? I don't.
No. Doesn't sound likely to me. Not after all that.
Yeah. Even Braves team total might be a spot too. Might be a different way to play it. 3.5.
Braves are at 3.5.
Well, it was last night at minus 145. I know that. I haven't looked today, but
yeah, not a bad look. Edward thrown in here a while ago. Sorry, Edward. You think the Giants will have a running game this year?
I don't think the Giants are going to do much of anything this year. I mean, is he going to stay healthy? He's been hurt a lot in the past too.
I hope him and McCaffrey stay healthy this year. I think the game's better when both of them are healthy. It's more fun to watch. It's really good for fantasy owners. Daily fantasy. So I don't know. I don't know. I think PPR for Saquon is decent. He's going to catch a lot of balls out of the backfield if he could stay healthy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting just to kind of feel out the first few games of the season. Like I don't do any NFL futures or anything until at least a few weeks in, just to get a feel for, because you got those teams that surprise you, and then you got teams that let you down, and you're really high on them, and then they're like, oh my god, they started the season 0-3. What's going on here? So rather, just you gotta be careful week one. I know last year week one, I think we killed it. But you gotta pick your spots, you know what I mean, until you kind of get a feel, after the first few weeks. But
right. Yeah, it's I just can't wait for NFL to be back, man.
Who do the Giants play though week one? I was looking at
one.
that. Yeah, I think they're like 6-point dogs.
Oh, and the team total for the Braves at 4.5 now.
Yeah, it moved.
Giants schedule.
I almost posted that team total last night, but some books don't have team totals till the morning, and then it moves, and then people get pissed off. So
week one, you got the Titans.
Yeah, I think they could play competitive there. I think the Titans are going to be bad this year. Tannehill's, yeah.
No. Well, their new rookie looks pretty damn good at QB in preseason.
They got a great coach, for sure.
Yeah. I kind of like the Patriots week one too.
Who they got?
I'm trying to see.
I can't wait to do me some teasers too. NFL teasers are.
I know, man. It's gonna be fun. Schedule. Come on.
That 4.5 on the Braves though, that should be plus money, right? It should be like plus 110, plus 115. If I had to guess, it should be.
Patriots got the Dolphins on the road week one. I think they're going to eat Tua alive. Tua is not good, man. Tariq took the money, man, and he is going to do nothing. He's going to do nothing over there. I'm telling you.
That might be a stay away from me.
Yeah.
The Chiefs-Cardinals game I'm really looking forward to. That I might have a huge play on. It's in Arizona.
You think the Chiefs are going to start covering some fucking spreads this year?
I don't know.
I mean, they've been just sucking the public dry, man. It's been bad.
You can get Arizona plus 3.5 at home versus the Chiefs week one.
I don't think the Cardinals are going to do shit.
We'll see.
I don't.
We'll see.
I don't know. We shall. Browns, Panthers. Lean week one. Are they playing each other week one?
Yeah. The spread, I think Panthers are favored by 1 now. The line flipped like +1 to -1 or something.
Isn't it amazing? Week one, you got Russell Wilson going against the Seahawks, and now you got Baker going against the. Come on, man.
And now yesterday is announced as their starter. Yeah.
They know all this shit's coming, man. Who is the champion at the end of the script? Who wrote it this year?
Yeah.
Unreal, man. Braves team total -125.
For over
not plus
4.5.
money. Yeah, not plus money. Huh. I don't know. Hunter might want to stay away. Yeah, Hunter, don't listen to me, man. Don't listen to me. I just host the show.
I don't know about that one either. I'm excited though. For football, for sure. And we got college starting Saturday. There's a few games Saturday. I'll have one to two plays on for the Saturday. It's a smaller slate. But I will for sure have one, if not two college plays for Saturday.
Nice.
So
that should be fun, man. Do you got anything that you want to say about the college football season heading into it now? Or before
not really. I I will say last year I think started out pretty good, and then it fizzled at the end. I think I was trying to do too much volume with it, so I'm gonna this year just pick and choose my spots and just the shit I love. That's all I'm gonna be playing. Not the
Yeah.
I like this. I'm gonna play it. Nah, none of that. Like I love this. So if it's a Saturday and I only got 2-3 college plays, then I only have 2-3 college plays versus forcing 4 or 5 and then eating up the profits with some shit that I liked. That didn't hit.
Right.
So
Exactly, man. Before we sign off here, guys, if I know a couple of you guys have did it, if you want to be thrown in that giveaway, please throw in your Twitter or IG handle. We cannot contact you over YouTube, so please do that if you want in on that giveaway today for the free week. And even if you have a package, do it, and you'll be thrown in it, and you'll get a free week. So,
Nick, yeah, do every main sport, man, not just MLB and NFL, but college football, NHL, NBA. NBA this past season was ridiculous. We crushed NBA. We crushed MLB last season. We're up this season. Not up as many units as I was last year in MLB, but we still got quite a bit left here, plus the playoffs here to make up some more ground. So, but NBA playoffs was really, really good too. So NBA in general, and we cashed the futures too. So,
yep.
Because to put it into perspective, and NFL started out really good last year too, and then just fizzled. I think part of it too was just there was some shit going on with the other brand that I was with, and I was getting to the point of quitting my job and making that transition. It was just a lot of shit going on. And I didn't quit my job until January. So I was doing two things. I was working a lot, doing this too. So I'm excited this year just because now I got all the time in the world doing this. I've always done it full time, but now I can actually spend 8 hours a day, doing this versus,
Yeah.
I never had that much time to do it before. So that part I am looking forward to. But yeah, and let's see, NBA since January 1st, 2021, up 119.58 units, so up 120 units. And then MLB, we're up about a $1.60. So since January 1st, and so yeah, about a season, 1.5 seasons in MLB, 160 units, and then yeah, same thing with NBA, about 1.5 seasons, 120 units. So,
yep, some big numbers, man. Those some big numbers. Sean, Hunter, yes, everybody asked that. It might be wondering this. Throw it in the comments right here on the chat, or on the YouTube page. I know you were obviously in the show, so go ahead and do that anywhere you guys want. Sean, he's got a $5 bet going that the Commanders will not be last in the division. I don't know about that. I don't know if that's a lock.
I don't know either, man. But the good thing is it's only $5. So
yeah.
Are you from that area, Sean, or where you from?
The Cowboys should take it easily.
Yeah.
Eagles should give them a run for the money. So second, and then third and fourth is right there with the Giants.
Yeah, it's them versus the Giants, pretty much.
Personally, I'd like to think. Doesn't Wentz have to have a decent year? Doesn't he have to, or does he just not have it? It's kind of do or die for Wentz.
Yeah, he's getting to the tail end here. It's
the trial run is getting to be over with Wentz.
Yeah.
No, he's from Atlanta. Fan of Doug William days. Perfect. All right, so that pretty much completes today's show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Mike, you got any closing notes before we sign off here?
No, just I'm gonna do a video VIP free play today. I'll post it in the chalkboard in the Telegram. So look out for that. And then yeah, got 2 plays posted. Can have a big card. If you bought a week yesterday, you're guaranteed 10 units profit, or you get next week free. That goes through Sunday. So Monday through Sunday is the week. So we'll track that for you here throughout the week as well, with recaps every night in the chalkboard and Telegram, so you know where we stand there. And yeah, excited. Football starting up here, guys. College Saturday, NFL around the corner. Let's keep cruising here in MLB. And I know last week we finished down about 15. What was it? 12 units, something like that.
I think it was like 13. Yeah.
13. Yeah. Just be consistent, just like the 4 weeks straight that we had in the green before that for 60, 70 units, whatever it was. And you got to remember, last week we had a lot of big 1-game swing games. The Giants game alone, that one day straight bet and parlays, was a 17 unit swing or some shit. The Mariners on Saturday was lost in extras. That was a 14 unit swing. Just cashing one of those games is the difference between being down and being plus. Just like last night, one game being difference between being down 4 and up 7. So just got to hit these swing games, man, and then that's how we have those big days. So I'm not worried about it.
Yep.
Betting on myself this week, and I ain't losing. So we'll get her done.
I love it, man. And I find it so crazy. We were talking about this a little last night, how the system really is set up. You could be down, say, 20, 25 units on the month. And if you stay consistent, you can get it all back in one night, in 2 nights. You go on a little 3-4 day
Especially
run.
on a Friday.
Especially on a Friday. I mean, just hammer the whole slate. Maybe we just start working 1 day a week. I don't know.
Yeah. We're coming on here, guys, to let you know Fridays is the only day that I'm working now. No. Let me find it. What was the number? Okay, here it is.
It's like 63.
61.63 units in the last 4 Fridays. In 4 days, over 61 units. Last Friday was 13.12. Week before, 6.43. Week before, 21.63. Week before, 20.45. 3 out of the 4 were well double digits. 2 of them over 20.
Yeah.
Our worst one was over 6. So,
and you know
we'll
what?
See what happens this Friday.
The cool thing about it is we hyped it up this past week and delivered, and I love when we do that. So that was pretty awesome. But about staying consistent, guys, it really is so key, because a couple back and forth days, like Mike put in the Telegram and chalkboard last night, a little back and forth stretch here, but can get it all back and really end this month strong and plus and green. And that
we're going for our 3rd straight month. Got a little bit of work to do this month, but literally
the name of the game.
a couple big days and right there. So
exactly, man. So thank you guys for
Lone Star, whatever. You'll see there's going to be more dogs and stuff. I'm just selective on them. I thought I had a really good look on the Cubs on Sunday. I'm really mad at myself for not playing the first 5. Why I trusted the Cubs bullpen, shoot me in the head, I don't know. Because it was spot on. Justin Steele shut them down through the first 5-6 innings, and then as soon as they put a reliever in, 2 solo shots, just pissed away the game. And that one's on me. Again, that's the difference between being down 1.86 and up a few units on Sunday. So it's just, you got to learn from it, move on. But that was a dog. I had Cleveland on Sunday. That got postponed. We got the Yankees yesterday. Talked about the Guardians here today. I'll have dogs and stuff. Totals, you can do what you want, but we'll get on another totals run. I'm not worried about it. So
absolutely, man. Absolutely. I love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, commenting. You guys make the show what it is, sending us the positive vibes. It really is a nice jump start to every single Tuesday. So thank you guys so much. And as always, invest wisely and let's live freely.